Hey guys, Doug B here. This week we're going to test your hearing, and you're going to need something to take notes. So get out that pad of paper and your trusty number 2 pencil. Now I'm going to be playing a series of MP3s, but I'm going to only play each one once. You can feel free though to go back and play them again as many times as you need to before you write down your answers. On January 21st, Cliff Chase, the head honcho at Fractal Audio, posted this first MP3. He posted it in response to a thread going on at the gear page where the debate was that all modelers sound the same, it's all about the workflow. So it's the deluxe reverb vibrato channel. Gain is at 10, bass is at 2, treble is at 8. There'll be 4 different takes. One of them is the real amp, and 3 of them are modelers. Now take a close listen to each one, and then write down which one you think each one is. Now again, go back and play it as many times as you need to so that you can be, confident in your answer. Now my response was that the third sounds a little muffled, second sounds a little brash, and the first and fourth sound very close to each other. Ready to check your answer? Okay, here's the reveal. 1 is the amp, 2 is brand L, 3 is brand N, and 4 is the Axe-Fx. Now all modelers have their latest firmware. So how'd you do? Were you right? Were you close? Then on January 24th, Cliff posted this other MP3. It's an amp and 2 modelers. Take a listen and guess which is which. This was my guess. Number 1 was the amp, number 2 was the Axe-Fx, and number 3 was the latest modeler from Acme Modeling Inc. One of my favorite answers on this thread was number 1, real amp, number 2, Axe-Fx, number 3, potato covered by a blanket. Cliff never did post the reveal for this one, but the consensus was that number 3 was the subpar modeler. Not sure if the real amp is number 1 or number 2, and the same can be said about the Axe-Fx. Now Cliff posted another MP3 on January 24th. This one of the 5150 amp with his guitar's volume rolled down halfway. Master volume was on 10 for this test. Gain was at 3, all other knobs were at 5. The looper was used to keep it fair. So one of these is the real amp, and the other 4 are modelers. Ready? Here we go. one of the comments that Cliff made about this particular test was, I didn't adjust any of the modelers to match the sound of the amp. I set the controls the same as the amp. Axe-Fx models use ideal values for all components. In other words, if a pot is spec'd as 1M, the model uses 1M. We don't tweak the models to match the reference amp. We use the values as originally intended by the designer. That's why there will also be a slight difference between different copies of an amp and between an Axe-Fx model and the actual amp. If a product's algorithms and models are accurate, then the model should behave very closely to the real amp. That is the very definition of a modeler. In this case, there are significant deviations, which means the product simply doesn't do its primary job well. Ready for the reveal? Number 1, Axe-Fx. Number 2, real amp. Number 3, modeler N. Number 4, modeler A. Number 5, modeler L. I think you can guess which ones we're talking about there. Okay, moving on. A couple days later, Cliff posted this set of 4 MP3s in response to yet another thread at the Gear Page saying that drive pedals on modelers all suck. For this test, there are 4 pedals being tested: the Tube Screamer, the Super OD, the DS1, and the Timmy. Each MP3 uses 1 real pedal and 3 of the modelers. Well, except for in the case of the Timmy, where one of the modelers doesn't have a model of the Timmy. So in that case, it'll be the real pedal and 2 of the modelers. Ready? Here we go. Here's the test for the Tube Screamer. Here's the test for the Super OD. Here's the test for the DS1. And finally, here's the test for the Timmy. Ready for the reveal? Number 1, Axe FX. Number 2, Real Pedal. Number 3, Modeler L. Number 4, Modeler N. So there you have it, guys. I mean, the data speaks for itself. It's right there. You can listen to it over and over and over again, and the data speaks for itself. Pretty much all I can say. So next time someone says that all modelers sound the same, or that all pedals on modelers stink, play this video for them. Let's see how good their ears are. Okay, now next Wednesday, I'm going to be taking a look at another preset from the factory presets. Now you don't want to miss that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, see you next Wednesday.